to my channel. I'm Beth Eland. Today's practice is going to work really hard on our abs and our legs, but we will be moving slowly, so don't feel intimidated. And if you have a block handy, go ahead and have that close by. It's not required, so if you don't have one, don't worry about it. We're going to begin standing in mountain pose at the top of the mat. So go ahead and stand with your feet parallel, hip width apart. We shake out your arms and take 2 really deep breaths here. In through the nose and out the mouth. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together to touch. And then on the exhale, bring your hands down through the center line. So it's inhale, arms down, around, and up. Hands come to touch. And bring them down through the center. One more on your own breath. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Going to step your right foot behind you. Foot slightly angled so your toes are pointed to the side. Hips straight towards the front of the mat. Keep your spine nice and straight. Inhale up and exhale, fold forward straight. And you'll feel this in your hamstring there and your front leg. And you can stay here or you can fold further. And this is where if you have your block, you can come into a twist. So you can bring that block directly below your face. Put your left hand on your hip and begin to roll that shoulder back, twisting at the navel. And if you'd like, you can reach that arm up overhead. Slow and controlled breaths in the nose and filling up the belly. One more breath here, and on the exhale, go ahead and untwist, face the ground, bend into that front knee, and place both hands on the inside of that foot, maybe kicking that right foot back a little bit further to come into a deep runner's lunge. You can rock back and forth, forward and back here, like you see me doing, kind of pointing your toe and flexing that foot again. Whatever feels nice for you, or you can stay still. Take a big deep breath in, and on the exhale, put the weight into your hands so you can bring that left foot back to meet the right. Strong plank pose here. If it's too much, you can come down to your knees. Just keep your abs tucked up and in, nice and strong core. And if you're ready for a challenge, you can roll over to the right side. So you'll bring your heels over to the right, go all the way into your right palm, and maybe lift that left arm up. Strong core. Keep your hips a little bit lower than you think. You can place your hand on your hip if you like. Go ahead and roll back to face the mat again. Now you're going to push up into a downward facing dog. So push your hips up and back. And then you're going to slowly walk your feet up towards your hands and come into a deep forward fold here. Relax the neck, maybe shake your head no, nod your head yes. Let your head be heavy. Maybe sway side to side, grabbing onto each elbow with the opposite hand. And on your next inhale, lift up halfway, placing your hand on your shins. Exhale, fold back down. And as you inhale, slowly roll back up, one vertebra at a time. Head and neck are the last to come up. And palms shine forward for your mountain pose again. Take 2 deep breaths here, maybe closing your eyes. And for the sake of the video, I'm going to be moving to the opposite side of the mat, but you can just stay where you are in your mountain pose. We're going to do those arm circles again. So inhale, arms down, around and up. Exhale, bring them down through prayer. Inhale up. And exhale. Hands come to heart center. One more. Maybe give a big sigh out the mouth. Ah. We are stepping our left leg behind you. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart. Nice and stable here. Long spine and fold forward. Now maybe you're staying here, or if you have your block with you, go ahead and place that below your face next to your right foot. And again, twisting from the navel, lift that right arm up overhead. Keeping the low back stable, like you can balance something on it. Just twisting from the navel up. More deep breath. And exhale, untwist. Bend into that front knee. Go ahead and place your hands on the inside of that right foot. And move that left foot back a little bit further for your runner's lunge. Rocking forward and back if that felt good for you, or staying in stillness. Big inhale. Exhale, weight comes into your palms and your right leg comes to meet the left. Staying here, coming to your knees, or moving into the side plank on the other side. Look to the left. Your heels move over to the left. And balancing on that left hand, right arm comes up to the sky. Exhale, roll back forward and come down onto your knees here. And come into an easy child's pose. So your knees are closer together. Hips come to meet your heels. And bring your forehead down onto the mat. And if your forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can always stack your fists, or you can place a book underneath your head. And take several deep breaths here. Maybe 2 or 3 into the belly, into the low back, the kidney bands. And go ahead and push yourself back up. Come to take a seat, bring your feet out in front of you. You're going to bring your right sole of your foot in towards the inside of your left thigh. Lengthen through the spine, maybe reach your arms up overhead, and then fold forward towards that left knee. Relax the hamstring. The deeper you can relax, the deeper you might fold into this. As you can see, I don't fold very far into this pose. My hamstrings tend to be very tight, and that is perfect. The only goal is to breathe deeply and relax. Push your hands into the mat to come back up. Re-extend that leg and bring your opposite leg in. Reach up through the spine, lead with the chest, and go ahead and lean towards your right knee. Maybe placing your hands on the shins like I have here, or they can be on either side of the leg on the mat. Whatever is most relaxing for you. Slow, deep breaths. Slow, deep breaths here. Go ahead and push yourself back up. Re-extend the opposite leg and go ahead and shake out your legs and scoot yourself forward to lie down on your back. And you're going to bring your left ankle up to your right thigh, just below the knee. Flex your foot, and that left knee is pushing away from you energetically. If this is enough for you, you can stay here, or else you can bring that right knee in like you see me doing here and interlace your fingers behind that thigh. You're not really using any arm strength here, so keep your shoulders on the mat. What you're doing is you're just holding that in place. Flexing both feet firmly. And breathing deeply into that left hip. Then release that right leg back down. Now onto the other side, your right ankle over the top of your left thigh, right below the knee. This side will probably feel different than the other. One side is almost always different than the other. We are not completely symmetrical. So go ahead and do the same thing. Flexing into both feet and gently pulling that left knee in towards you while keeping that right knee pressing gently away from you. Slow, deep breaths. Feeling that right hip open more and more with each breath you take. Release that left foot down. And go ahead and extend your legs out into Shavasana. This is your final resting pose. Relax your arms to each side. Palms facing up. Let your feet flap out to either side. And let your whole body just relax. No tension in the jaw, shoulders. No tension in the hips or the low back. No tension in the knees or the feet. Take a moment here for several deep breaths. reflect on your practice. Notice how your body feels after the movement we've done today. I'm going to leave about a minute of silence here. Go ahead and just be with yourself, be with your body. When you feel ready, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists and ankles out, and maybe reach your arms up overhead. Big stretch here. Bring your knees in, maybe hug your shins and rock side to side. And come roll over to one side. Maybe taking a pause here to rest onto your arm. Deep breath. And then slowly push yourself up to take a seat. Noticing how different your body feels after your movement today. I'm going to close our time together by chanting Om one time. You can join in or just listen. Inhale to chant. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this practice has really energized you. Working with the abs tends to give us extra fire for the day. So please enjoy that and like and subscribe my videos if you have not. And I will see you in the next one. Namaste.